Katt is a complete liar. He sits on podcasts all the time and tells lies. I have plenty of proof to expose him, and the time is not far when I will expose him.
The greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that few.
Katt is a complete liar. He sits on podcasts all the time and tells lies. I have plenty of proof to expose him, and the time is not far when I will expose him. The greatest thing floating in 2024. Mark the words. No way. In a whole different realm of business. Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth. Yeah. Oh yeah. Watch. God's people ain't that few. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women. And I believe that the best actors should be in the best role. We put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you going to be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. 'Cause clearly y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly. So I have never allowed this industry to change me. And there were times, y'all, I'm going to keep it real with you, that I didn't feel seen. Lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way know why they take it the wrong way. Mean to me. I was in shock. Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now? 100%, 100%, 100%. I couldn't believe it 'cause I loved her so much. I admired her. You are aware of how Oprah and Tyler Perry have been shown to be Hollywood's gatekeepers. Apparently, they don't like that name, and they are doing all in their power to refute these accusations. As everyone is aware, Katt Williams just made his debut on Club Shay to highlight the negative aspects of the business. I'm referring to everything from abuse to vices, sacrifices, blackballing, and gatekeeping. Of course, you are one of the people we are examining, brother love. During the interview, Katt disclosed some really bizarre information about Oprah and Tyler's success, allegedly using shortcuts to maintain their position in the business, even if it meant undermining the careers of other siblings. What's worse than that? The receipts are with Katt. We all know what a lady with her level of influence can do to put an end to all of these murmurs and speculations. So, it seems that Oprah has to conduct some appropriate damage control. Katt didn't stop there either. He is making fun of Diddy for allegedly being involved in some nefarious activities that took place behind Puff Manor's closed doors. Even bringing up names like Jermaine Dri. What's happening, Puff? I'll be back to you if JD ain't had enough. Yeah, Jermaine Depri, king of the if you ask me, baby. Jermaine the pre-small as a child. Now, this isn't just anybody's house that's burned down in the LA fires. This is Pete Diddy's house that's burnt. Oh, and there was supposed to be an investigation in 2 days' time. World is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be distractions and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it. Ask questions. Demand answers. At 4:32 p.m. we received a 911 call that a suspect was attempting to light a fire in the community of Woodland Hills and was being detained by residents. Officers from LAPD's Topa area responded and took that suspect into custody. Katt Williams is the one person in Hollywood who shares the most juicy details on all the shady sides of the business. He knows all there is to know about everyone, and he isn't keeping it to himself. Fans are asking why he has been so silent since the Diddy scandal began. Normally, he doesn't avoid talking about these subjects. Furthermore, he is by no means a clout chaser. I'm not suggesting he is doing it for clout or anything. As it happens, he was just waiting for the ideal opportunity to reveal every aspect. And believe me, he has a wealth of tales to share. According to Katt, Puff is engaged in some dubious activities. Rumor even circulates that one of his victims was Chris Cross. That's not all, however. He apparently keeps covert recordings and tapes of anybody who would commit a heinous deed at his house as one of his many strategies for guaranteeing their quiet. As it turns out, Katt has been exposing the singer's dubious activities for years. Few people paid attention at the time since we were unaware of Puffy's supposed terrible behavior. People did note on his peculiar behavior, including the fact that he claimed credit for his artist's work without paying them. However, Cassie's lawsuit was the catalyst for her realization of Sean Diddy Combs's purportedly sinister side. Cassie reportedly claimed that Combs mistreated her for 11 years while she was on his label and had taken advantage of her. It was more than simply a nasty boss. He apparently became abusive throughout their relationship, leaving her body injured on occasion, and she didn't make much progress with Bad Boy Records. According to the complaint, there have also been troubling accusations of abuse, and that he urged her to engage in sexual activity with male escorts as he watched from a nearby seat. Cassie didn't hold anything back, and since she shared these information, things have become darker. Fans are taking notice of Diddy now that we've seen this side of him. Recalling what Katt Williams alluded to about Puff allegedly abusing young artists and acting improperly toward them, he made disparaging remarks about Combs and Jermaine Dupri a few years ago, claiming that they mistreated the Criss-Cross brothers and that they led one of them down a disastrous road by using drugs as an escape before a catastrophic drug overdose in 2013. For those who don't know, the Criss-Cross boys were Chris Smith and Chris Kelly, the Jump Jump team who became well known in the early 1990s. When they were only 12 and 13, they had major problems, much as many child stars. Their musical careers were shaped by their mentor, Jermaine Dri. However, Williams claims that the mentoring extended outside of the studio, with Jermaine and Puffy apparently engaging in some dubious activities behind closed doors. With 3 albums that Dupri produced, the guys had a period of popularity. Rumor has it that both of them had recurrent instances of sexual assault, with Jermaine and his pal Diddy being linked in these unsettling claims. Williams claims that Chris Kelly used drugs as a coping mechanism for his grief as a result of the claimed event. He continued to battle drug usage until he was discovered comatose at his Atlanta home in 2013. 3 days after being taken to the hospital, he was pronounced dead at Dome Dead. According to sources, Combs and Jermaine engage in a troubling ritual wherein they reportedly prostitute out their musicians and even members of their inner circle. According to reports, Puff supposedly used to pimp out Danny Kaine members, which would explain his fixation with their beauty and his constant need for them to look their best. Katt believes that Chris Kelly may still be alive today if Diddy and Jermaine Dupri hadn't caused him such misery. Although Chris was one of Diddy's purported early victims, he wasn't the last. Many rumors have circulated throughout the years about the rapper engaging in dubious activities with other musicians. Rumors might place individuals in awkward circumstances or include improper approaches. Not to be overlooked is Diddy's former bodyguard, Gone, who has been constantly pouring tea on him. Gone claims that the fact that Puff prefers the same gender and partakes in immoral actions with them is kind of an industry secret. Gene even related a time when Puff told him to keep an eye on the door only to see Puffy and another guy rushing out nude. He even discussed Puff's intentions to pimp out the Danny Kaine members. And I think that's those girls that was Danny Kaine. I think a couple of them didn't sign it. And boy oh boy, they probably gonna go after him too. I know the real Bernie Mac stories. And I know that the people that made money off Bernie Mac didn't like him. They hated his guts. You don't do your material around a lot of comedians. That's like stealing in front of the police. They sit on the set. Oh, that's funny. Next thing you know, you see it on HBO or something. And I know the truth. You damn let you on Bernie and then come get me. I'm the next king. Mother be gay in Hollywood. You nevering expected. They be having these big-ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you look around and look in the wrong room and shit. Nick, come here. Come here. Is that 2 niggas kissing? Talk about a universal ego death. And now we need to know who's pulling them puppet strings. Sure. Ain't P. Did he? What you wanna bet Jay-Z and Beyonce next? I'm calling it. Warriors, the rabbit hole goes deep. Artists often get these ladies to sign non-disclosure agreements, NDAs. But some of the females from Donady Kane didn't, and they may target him, he said. He also related an incident in which Puff discussed his terrible intentions for those unfortunate females. He stood up there and he said in front of a lot of people, we were in the studio and I said something to him and walked out the studio. He said, yo, I'ma drug their off and pick them out and then pimp them out to my you're not supposed to do this in my business. I'm up here doing something that nobody else in this business has the balls to do. I'm telling you something that you need to know. Crossing over next plateau. Yeah. Would you say you lost your mind? Sort of. No. What is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. Federal law enforcement previously looked into Puffy in 2013 for allegedly having inappropriate